Hey team, how y'all doing today? So today I just want to talk about like organic sources. There's several different ways that we can really like organize sources for organic purposes inside Hyros. There's actually like a lot of different ways that we can do this, and I'm just going to kind of give you like a high level like overview on how we can go about doing that. So like just for context, okay, if we're like inside Hyros, right, and we go to sources, okay. So tracking and then sources, what we can do, what we can see, right, is there's basically three main entities that make up a source inside Hyros. Three main entities. One is the tag, okay? So the tag is like the @ tag. That's like, think of that as like the ad level, okay, of like Facebook ads, right? And then there's the traffic source, okay, so like that's Meta or Google or email or Pinterest or Instagram organic, whatever it might be, right? A traffic source is just basically a label for a source. Like think of that almost as like the ad account or the campaign level for organic purposes, okay? Not for paid sources, but every single paid source and organic source has a traffic source category, a source category, and a tag. Okay, so again, for like organic purposes, think of traffic source as the campaign level. Think of source category right there, where it says category, as the ad set level, and then think of the tag as the ad level. Okay, just try and picture it like that. Now, the default for organic traffic source category and source category is automatic. You can see that right there. So that's just the default. So like if you're not specifically naming a traffic source for a particular piece of organic source, right? If you're not naming it inside like the URL that someone clicks onto, then it will just default to automatic. Okay. So, but we can change these, okay? You can change it manually right inside Hyros. So again, we just go to tracking sources. We can filter. We can like click on traffic source right there. We got TikTok, okay? We got Meta, we got Google, and then we got automatic, okay? So I could like click right here and I could edit the traffic source category. And if I knew this to be like, let's just say Instagram organic, right? I could just type it in like that and then select it and then click add traffic source and then it would update, okay? It would update that field for that specific one right here that I just selected, okay? And then additionally, I could do the same thing. So it's email is the traffic source, but then I could edit the source category and I could name that like, I don't know, Father's Day Special. Like, I'm running a Father's Day special email campaign, right? And then I can name it like that, okay? So if you're not already doing, like if you're not naming, if you don't have any sort of naming convention inside the parameters that you're using for organic, then this is something that you can do, okay? So this right here is going to better organize the data, okay? So like when you generate a report inside Hyros, right? And like, let's just say we want to only do organic sources. So like email, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, like Google search, whatever, right? It's all just organic, right? And so I generate that, and then this is what I see, right? So I'll see automatic right there, okay? So the traffic source, if you name it traffic, like if you name the traffic source inside the organic source, then it will show up right here as like email, Instagram organic, Facebook, YouTube organic, etc. Okay? You could even have like a podcast or something like that, right, guys? So it would just be named differently, and you would be able to see all of those different traffic sources. Okay? Then I could click from traffic source to like there's nothing inside ad account. There's no way to name that inside of the sources either. But then like right here, I have like the campaign level, which could be like the so that right there is also like technically the traffic source, right? Just for organic purposes, guys. Okay, like, but like if I click on it right here, now I'm at the ad set level. Now I can say email, right? But I could see like Father's Day special, Christmas special, or like I'm running some sort of particular campaign and I'm sending out multiple emails for that same subject or purpose or whatever it might be, right? And then I could see all of that and then click on like the ad level and it would kind of show me like the actual individual emails, right? So that right there is what we can do, okay, when we're talking about organizing organic sources. Now, one thing that we can also do here is we can basically take a link just like this, okay, and we can track anything organic. So like, let's say you have a link inside of a YouTube video, right? Boom. And this right here is, you know, the video that I did yesterday on creating custom audiences, right? So I'm looking at this on YouTube, okay? And inside the description, there's like a link for people to click on, okay? Like, let's say that this link points to your site on YouTube, okay? What I could do is, I could take a link like this, right? So like, let's say it's mywebsite.com, right? In fact, actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just like edit this right now just so you guys can see, okay? So boom, boom, okay? Just like that, we save it, okay? And then I'm just gonna refresh this. Okay. How y'all doing today? And then, so we have a link that points to mywebsite.com, and then I do $EL equals, and then I could do like YouTube, or actually I could do custom audiences using Hyros. So let me just kind of copy this, boom, boom, and then I could go custom audiences using Hyros, and then just so you guys know, like spaces are just dashes, okay, when we're talking about setting up tracking parameters. So boom, 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 just like this, just like that. Okay, so we're making this clean and neat. That's the tag, okay? So $EL equals, that's like the ad level, okay? So this is the particular YouTube video that I'm trying to track. And then I could add traffic source equals, and then I could say that this is YouTube, right? And then I could do and category equals, right? Category equals, and that's the source category, right? So I could like name the source category something like, I don't know, Hyros dash Apex dash master class dash trainings, right? So I could name it like just like this, right? And then I could save it, and then this is what it would kind of look like inside YouTube. Is just like that. It would look like that, okay? If it was a real link, like YouTube would condense it, right? So it wouldn't be super long and look funky. But then this right here would, like if someone clicked on that and then opted in, inside Hyros, the way that it would come in is tag would be how to create custom audiences using inside Hyros, right? That would be the tag. And then the traffic source would be YouTube. Okay, I could call it like YouTube organic. And then the source category would be Hyros Apex Masterclass training videos or something like that, right? So then when we generate a report, that would look clean and neat inside of our reporting, okay? So this is just one way, really, to kind of organize data and track organic sources, okay? The other way is to use URL rules, okay? So the thing with URL rules is we can basically create a URL rule. I could go YouTube organic right here, just like that. And then like what I'm looking for, like what you want Hyros to look for is youtube.com. But you could just go youtube dot, and that would account for like youtube.uk, youtube.de, etc., right? We could just click that, and then we would want to make it sure that it's a source tag, okay? Oh, sorry. So it's YouTube, and then we could, so this is just the tag, right? So we could just go YouTube, and then dash organic right here, just like that. And then I could select it just like that, so it's in blue. And then the words to match is YouTube, youtube dot, and then boom, just like that. And we want to apply it to the previous URL, okay? Because like the previous URL inside Hyros, this is what that basically means, is that like every single lead inside the click history, the first click that someone has, they come from a previous URL. See that right there? Facebook.com. Tracked URL is Facebook with the tracking parameters on it, right? So it's gonna, like the previous URL for a URL rule is going to say like youtube.com. So we know that like that came from youtube.com. This right here, the URL rules, this is like the easy way of setting this up. The other way that I showed you is way more like useful, I would say, for like, you know, being able to track the clicks, the IP address, etc., right? It's way more accurate doing it like that. But we always want to make sure that we set our URL rules to disregard source, okay? So what that does is that right there just kind of gives a little bit of breathing room for the ads to take priority over organic, right? So like, let's say like I click on an ad, okay? And then I don't do anything, right? I go to the site, I don't do anything, I don't opt in or anything like that. But then 48 hours later after that, I search for you on like Google Organic or YouTube or something like that, and then I opt in, and then I end up purchasing. Hyros will disregard organic sources for up to 72 hours by default. You can make it longer if you want, but it would disregard the organic and apply that lead to the paid traffic, okay? So that's why we want to select disregard source when we're talking about URL rules, okay guys? Hope that you like this. If you need any assistance with this, please just let me know. Totally here for you, and thanks so much. Have a good day.